You look at obviously the losing streak, it's 14 in a row against the Patriots. I know you weren't there for all of them, but how much did that number stick out to you as you head into this week? Does it make you want to win anymore?
Not really paid attention to that, honestly, man. Just focus on getting better every single day, learning from this past week, learning from what we can do now. This is a new team, new staff, new mindset, new everything when it comes down to being a new year. So, all the thing we focus on is this year and this game and this week and attacking every single day. So,
What do you guys need to do early in this game that you didn't do on defense last game? I know you guys didn't get off the start you wanted to against Dallas, so what do you need to improve on in the game?
biggest thing just execute, man. Like we had a lot of extra third downs that we could have got off the field if all 11 execute. That just go back to the thing I say, like we got to communicate. When we communicate, I feel like we're the number one defense in the NFL, man. But it's go back to the communication, executing, and all being on the same page. So, like I said, we get better every single day, learn from our mistakes, learn from what we need to do right, and keep moving forward. So.
I know a lot of the guys weren't in the locker room for a lot of those losses against the Patriots, but last year those were two frustrating losses. Garrett's talked about it, Sauce has talked about it. So from that standpoint, how important do you think it is just to kind of turn the page on this whole Patriots thing, and obviously just for this season, how important is it?
Honestly, nobody really focus on the future. This a new week, new game, new team, new mindset. So going forward, man, we just learning from our mistakes from last week, getting better every single day, and just pushing forward. Not really dwelling on the past and just thinking about the past. This is the future. That was almost 6-7 months ago. So I'm pretty sure nobody's really thinking about that or the streak or anything like that. So getting better, getting ready to play a great football team, great offensive coach, great defense is the main focus. So.
What is the new mindset? How would you describe the new mindset? You said that twice.
Just willing to get better, man. Willing to play, willing to do every single thing we can do as an offensive and as a defensive group to achieve the goals that we want to achieve as a team. So,
What would it mean if you could start 2-0 in the division?
not really focus on record or anything like that. Just focus on getting better every single day, doing what we need to do to make sure we win football games. And that's the small things each and every day. So.
What have you seen from this Patriots offense while studying them on film so far?
Oh, they're dominant, man. They got a great quarterback, and Mac Jones, who can throw the ball anywhere he want to throw it. He can run also a little bit. They got a great offensive front, great, powerful running back who runs the ball tough, runs the ball hard, and I think they just move efficiently every single day. Every single play. So.
Sauce, what was kind of the message today in terms of moving on from Sunday?
Just focus on New England. You know what I mean? Don't focus on the past. We just got to keep going, keep working.
What do you see with this New England's offense? Obviously, Bill O'Brien's now the offensive coordinator. Just what have you seen from them?
They got to. I'm not gonna say they don't really have a complex offense. It's pretty simple for like the quarterback to get. The gap scheme, everything is really like simple, but it's like they excel at it. You know what I mean? What they try to do is get other people to mess up and make mistakes. And, they just do everything right.
After Sunday's performance, what's the mood around the defense this week in terms of getting over that disappointment?
I would say we just got the mentality like we got to shake back. We didn't perform, as like we really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So you can't dwell on the past. All we can do is look forward to this week. Bounce back.
Sauce, I know you were only here 1 year, but you guys haven't beaten New England since 2015. Is there any extra meaning for this game because of that?
No, we just treat every game pretty much the same for the most part. Like, football is football, but of course that's something that we think about. You know what I mean? It's a whole like streak that we haven't beat them. Like 14 games or something like that.
Yes.
I wasn't here. I don't think none of the coaches, none of the players was here for all 14. So, we can't really feel like for the whole 14, but it's just the perception of like reality, like what it really is. So, of course, we want to look at the positive. Like we want to end that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Do you think it would go toward, you guys have talked about the division, right? And it's been a while since you guys have won a lot of games in this division. Is that sort of beating New England kind of another step in the progression of this team?
Yeah, of course. It's just gonna be better for the team. You know, division game. Of course, everybody want to win those division games. So, you know, it's extremely important.
I know you don't have that long, history against the Patriots, but last year those were a couple of frustrating losses for you guys. And I remember you talking about it after. So does that play into it as well? As you guys are trying to, Garrett has said you guys are trying to set a new tone here to kind of have to be able to move past that?
Most definitely. Yeah, the 2 games, both of them was pretty frustrating because I remember the one MC touchdown got called back, and people was like, if that would have counted, we would have won. And then the other one, we was ready to go to overtime, and they get the punt return. So yeah, it was truly frustrating, but we had to put it in the past.
Social media get the best of you Sunday night?
Nah, social media. I deactivated my Twitter I had my reasons, but it's not what people thought it was. It was not. It's not because people were saying certain things. You know what I mean? That's not what it was. Though.
How are you mentally now? Are you okay?
I'm always mentally good. If you know me, then you know like it's hard to get the best of me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, reporter.
Sauce, a couple of years ago, you guys at Cincinnati played Alabama with Bill O'Brien. Do you see any of the same concepts in New England?
Oh, I didn't even know that was. I didn't even know that was him.
2 years, yeah.
Jeez. It's crazy. Some of them is quite similar. I didn't really even think of it like that. Some of them is, but I gotta, watch a little bit more to really figure it out.
Sauce, what would it mean if you guys could start 2-0 in the division?
That would mean a lot. Everybody want to go undefeated in the division. Just getting one step better, one win better. Of course, that's gonna be great.
What would it mean to get a win against this Patriots team, which has kind of owned this team for a while?
It's just another win at the end of the day. We look at them, they're a team, we're a team, so we're going to go out, put our best foot forward, and do whatever we got to do to win.
Offensively, you didn't get many touches. The offense didn't get that ball that long. You only had it for 17 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you hope to see this week in terms of reps and in terms of opportunity?
Last game, offensively and defensively, we just didn't feel like we put our best foot forward, and we felt like we didn't play as well as we could have. So, just go back to the drawing boards this week, try to get 1% better every day in practice, and just put it all out there on Sunday.
It's supposed to be wet weather on Sunday. How does that affect you as a running back?
I just get the pill and run it. It doesn't affect me.
Breece, was your post-game tweet trying to send a message, or was it a sense of frustration about that you only got the ball 4 times?
Nah, just interacting with people on Twitter, which it ended up everybody making it way more than what it should have been. But, that stuff doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I'm here, I'm another guy on the team, and I'm trying to do my 1/11th when I'm out there every play to, help us be able to, be successful and score touchdowns, get points, and help the offense complement the defense as well.
How can you guys extend series instead of getting out 3 and outs and short drives?
Getting first downs.
Of course, but what do you guys have to do to do that? Block up front and
It's just football. You get first down, score points. That's all it is.
Were you disappointed with your lack of involvement?
Just the game didn't go that way. We didn't, everybody said, we didn't have the ball for that long, and we didn't help our defense out that much. But at the end of the day, like I said, we offense and defense felt like we didn't put our best foot forward. So we're going to try to flip the script this Sunday.
Breece, you're the type of running back who would embrace the workload, who thrives on that?
You said like a high workload?
Yes. Would you like a high workload? Do you thrive on that opportunity?
I just do whatever my coaches ask me. That's it.
What was it like for you last year watching the Patriots games? You missed the whole time.
Yeah, obviously it's tough whenever your team's losing everything and then you lose on a punt return and stuff like that. So, I wouldn't say it's like extra motivation for me, probably for the other guys because they were playing, but for me it's just, I'm just thankful to be back out there every weekend.
What do you think this first taste of the rivalry is going to be like?
It's just a football game to me. I get out there. Every time I step out on the field, I want to be the best out there. So, just go out there and I'm just playing football.
How important would it be for you guys to move to 2-0 in the division?
Very important just to get that jump start on the other teams, and it'll put us in a great position. But, we still got, 14 more games after that, so,
What kind of confidence do you have in Zach leading this ball club?
I got the utmost confidence in him. I know, he wants to do well. We want him to do well, and he's putting just as much time in as everybody else. So, if he's successful, I won't be surprised. It's just the work ethic he has.
Zach was saying he too has more confidence now than he did last year. How have you seen that confidence translate in practice games?
Just with everything, having a guy like Aaron come in, and he kind of just brings that sense of calm to everybody. The way he goes about stuff, the way he talks through things, and especially with him and Hack, explaining to us offensively why we're doing stuff and everything like that. I feel like Zach, he's just getting better with time.
Does that sense of calm from Aaron still translate and continue to carry over?
Yeah, for sure. Especially seeing it with Zach, just how he goes about his whole operation, with how he commands the huddle, how he's calling plays, making adjustments, and everything like that.
Well, how do you feel physically at this point?
I feel pretty close to being back to what I was last year. But like you said, I'm just thankful to be out there playing every week.
What do you guys have to do differently offensively?
We just gotta get first downs and score points. That's all football is. Run the ball, stop the run, pass the ball, stop the pass, be good on special teams, win the game. That's all it is.
You didn't give me that.
Without Aaron Rodgers, have your goals, your teammates' goals, been modified at all, or do you remain focused on the task at hand and what you guys were trying to accomplish at the beginning of the year with it?
No, it's the same goals. Obviously, if you lose one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, you're going to feel it. But we still have the same goals. We still have great personnel. We still believe in the guy who's playing quarterback for us now. So the expectations don't really change.
I know earlier this week you were talking about the streak against the Patriots and how that needs to end. What did that come from, and then how important is this streak? Like, how important is it to end this streak?
Nothing's more important than winning our next game. To us, we approach it every week like we got to get it done. Every game that week is the most important game of our lives, and that's how we like to think we approach it. But yeah, it's different when it's a in-division rival and one that you've lost to, 14, whatever, how many times it is. That's really how we feel about it. You have no business losing to anyone that many times in a row. So, it's about going out there and playing now and proving that.
You played in some rivalry, obviously, in college. Like, you were part of one of the bigger rivalries. So just how much different are rivalry games compared to just some of the other games around the league?
Yeah. If you can't wake up for the rivalry games, something's wrong. It's bigger than you. That's the way to really look at it. I know that's how we looked at it in Ohio, and that's kind of how I look at it here. There's been dudes for 50, 60 years in this organization put in to beat the Patriots, whether they did it while they were playing or not. But it's our job to uphold, what they started building, and yeah, that's how I feel about it.
The shirts that are in the lockers, was that coach did that? Where did those shirts come from? Got your back.
That was, I don't know actually. I hadn't seen him yet. That must have been coach though. He said that this morning.
That's obviously referring to Zach, I guess.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just referring to your dog. You got everyone's back. It's a team. It's a team, our staff, our Jets organization. No one's got our back like we got our back. In here. Some things happen throughout the week that kind of bring light to certain things or have sayings that come with it. And, this has been one of those weeks for us. And yeah, man, I don't think it's about that at all. I think it's just about overall the whole team and how we, come together and we got each other's backs because that's all we got.
What happened this week?
Just stuff on social media and, it's important to remember that the only ones that got our back are the ones that are in here, going out to practice with us, playing the game. It's important to remember that, and that's a good reminder on that shirt for sure.
Did you go into this game kind of expecting the Patriots? Patriots are known for taking away a team's strength. Did you kind of go into this game expecting that they're going to do everything possible to limit your touches?
Maybe. They do, like you said, they do a great job of whatever they set their mind to, they're going to do that week. And I don't know what it may be this week. I like to think of myself as not going to make it as easy on them as they think, and that's just point blank period for me. But if they do a good job, then all right, they do a good job. So we got a lot of other weapons, and I'm not worried. We got a great plan to take advantage of any look they give us.
What makes it so different playing against the Patriots defense?
For me, I mean, it's just football. It's just I grew up watching the Patriots. They grew up. They had Tom Brady. They had Hightower. They had Asante Samuel. There was dogs. They had Rodney Harrison. That's just I grew up watching the Patriots, and that's kind of stuck with me. Whenever you 5 years old to like 14, and you're watching sports, I feel like those are the things you build in your head that are like ingrained and stuck. And the Patriots were playing defense back then, man. They fly around, and then last year they played some good defense on us. Yeah, I mean, they do a good job, man. They know they're playing really well. They got a great coach that's seen it all, and yeah, man, they know their weaknesses. They know where they're susceptible, and because of that, they're tough to beat. Just being conscious of where you're not strong at and where you are strong at, and maximizing that is a whole skill in itself, and they do a good job of that.
Garrett, do you think the weather could play a role Sunday? It's supposed to be pretty nasty.
Yeah, I did see that. For sure. That's reality. We both got to deal with it. So we got to handle it better than them. Personally, I got to handle it better than whoever's guarding me, and that's how I look at it. Hopefully make some body catches, whatever it takes to finish with the ball. But yeah, if it does come down like that, it'll definitely play a factor, and it's our job to adjust. We're pro athletes, pro football players. We got to look good. It can't be a slop fest out there.
I'm not saying that you weren't vocal last year. You always been vocal. Like we see you interact a lot. We heard you speak a lot more. Are you more vocal this year than you were last year?
Yeah, maybe it's changed. I think that kind of just comes with the time and the reps and being out there in front of my teammates more than I was at that time last year. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, for me, it always just comes from a place of I want to win. I want to win every game. I want to win. I feel like I have a good idea of where we can be at, and yeah, man, that's where all that comes from. My emotion, how I talk to my teammates, whatever it may be. It all comes from a place of just a competitor, and I think they understand that. I didn't feel like maybe they understood that last year, so maybe I was a little bit more. When it came out the wrong way or something. It might have came on too strong or something. This year it's just more calculated. I'll say, like, all right, we did this. Let's talk about it. But yeah, just my teammates knowing me better. A lot of different things play into that. But yeah, you're not wrong. I feel like I'm more comfortable for sure.
Your teammates have described you as one of the most passionate players they've been around. Just where did that come from? Just that passion.
I mean, it
just the want to win.
I think it just comes from how I was raised, man. My dad always said, finish what you started, and you can kind of take the quotes like that. A lot of other quotes, but you can take quotes like that and kind of manipulate it and turn it any way you want. And, for me, it's just like, I'm here. How can I maximize the situation? Everyone knows I hate losing. That started when I was, 0. But people hate losing, people love winning, and you got to, differentiate the two. Like, I hate losing, so it's like, it's different. You love winning, but then it's like, oh, the losing ain't that bad. But you love winning, but you got to like choose one side, and I feel like I'm on the side where it's just I hate losing, and the winning is like that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just say it always comes from that, man. I hold myself to a high standard. I've never really needed anyone to tell me you're not doing this, you're not doing that, right, to maximize yourself. That here and there, it's a few things there and in between that will argue that, but for the most part, man, it's always just been me internally motivated, and it never was about anything on the outside, So for me, it's always been about just reaching my potential, and that all comes from internally. And yeah, like you said, my teammates will say that about me now, but last year I didn't feel like they knew that yet, just because I had just got there. So it's awesome to hear they say that, and I like to think it's true. I know how I play the game and approach it, and yeah.
So how much?
Does that come from your comfort level to now being here, that you're able to show that and speak and all the things you're talking about?
Yeah, maybe just in a different way. I've always had that passion, and I think last year when I initially got here, I wasn't playing like I wanted to, wasn't playing as good as I wanted to, so it came off a different way. It came off in frustration and me not, making the plays that I was used to making. now, I'm more confident in my play. I'm more confident, and I am making the plays. So now we can talk about ball. I don't have to be separated from from just because I know how I am. So I would be like, let me go stand up here before I say something. That's just the reality of it for me. And it's just being more comfortable all the way around. It's a lot of factors, but that's the main factor. Just being comfortable with your teammates and them being comfortable with you.
How much of your father's background has an influence on kind of just how driven you are?
I mean, a lot of it. Like a lot of it, man. He has a hell of a story. And he's still writing it every day. And for me, I try to take bits and pieces from him, from my 3 older brothers. I was blessed to grow up the way I was. It truly took a village. My mom, my sister. I got to learn from their mistakes and be like, all right, so he messed up doing that, so I'm not. Just a whole bunch of different things that I got to see and be exposed to at a young age. That I'm so thankful for now, and I look back on it and I realize that, some of the effects that those things have had on me. I may not have realized it initially, but that was all, forming me to think how I do now, and yeah, man, as I've gotten older, I start to realize that, not everyone think that way, and it's cool, for people to notice that and say things to me like that, because I've always just gone through life the way I knew to be right, and go about, the things that I commit to the way I know to be right, which is full-heartedly and committed to it, and put everything into it, and for people to notice that and say words, that's really cool. But for me, it's always just been like, that's how we do it. That's how I thought everyone did it, So, yeah.
Last one here.
Who's a better basketball player? My dad. But I never locked it in like he did, So take that however you want to take it.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Yep.
Hello, everyone. Beautiful day.
Been a few days since the game, but how when you look back, why do you think you weren't able to get the running game going against the Cowboys?
Third down. Anytime that you have that small amount of plays, I think we had about 13 plays before we got into that first 2 minute. It's hard to get anything going. We had a really good plan that we wanted to actually execute, and if you don't get plays, you can't do that.
Breece has said all the right things about his carries, Dalvin coming in, etc. But then he did 4 footballs the other day. Did you guys have to have a discussion about his workload or his touches? Did he express disappointment to you that he didn't get the ball more?
Everybody's workload was very low this past week. I think we had a total of 49 watchable plays, and that was, I think we had 2 false starts too. So we just didn't have a lot of plays, and so that it hurts us because we can't get a lot of people involved. There were a lot of people that we wanted to get featured and going on early, but if you don't convert on third down, especially those third down and manageables, you're not going to have those opportunities.
What was your take on Zach's performance?
Zach, I thought he did a really good job early. We were running the ball. We got into some manageables. We ran the ball again. I thought he delivered a beautiful pass to Garrett. That was absolutely spectacular. Even, I'll give him credit. The first play of the game, we get a negative yardage play, and then we have to pass the ball in a drop-back situation versus a very good defensive rush, as we all know. And he did a great job with his timing, footwork, and delivered the ball and got us into a third and manageable. So especially that 2 minute also. That 2 minute, I thought he executed very well, got some completions, used his feet. A lot of good stuff.
Cole Hartman, just talk about, why the lack of touches so far this year?
It goes with everybody. It's not just him. It's all the guys. With such a limited amount of plays, like I said, 49 plays or 47 plays last week. I think it was about 50-some plays the week before. We want to get a lot of people involved. And until we get more plays, it's going to be hard to do that.
From our standpoint, it looks like there was a lot of single coverage or single blocking on Parsons. Can you just walk us through what the plan was with him and why obviously you guys weren't able to contain him?
He's a very, very good football player. I give them tons of credit for their plan. They put him all over the place. They put him in the middle. They put him on the outside. They do a great job because you never know exactly where he's going to be. We had a lot of different hands we wanted to put on him. That was something when I was here last week. That's what we told you we wanted to do. I think as the game kind of got out of hand and you get into more passing situations, you need to get more guys out at times. You want to try to get some easy, quick completions. We started off by trying to get the quick game, and we even underestimated his speed on the quick game. He is spectacular, and it's somebody that you have to really look back and say, can you even do that? So it's one of those things. We looked at the tape, we corrected it, and saw how we can help ourselves out with that.
When you have a quarterback who struggles against one team consistently, like Zach has with New England, how do you approach the week? Do you go back and try to use some of that as learning, or do you just kind of forget it ever happened? How do you approach it?
I wasn't here for that, so don't really look at that. It's just about us and what we can do and what he does with us right now, and move forward and find a way to beat him.
What does he have to do to beat this defense?
Just execute. Fundamentals. This whole game is about fundamentals, and as long as he can continually work on his footwork, his eyes, his progressions, his understanding of what we're trying to accomplish and the intention of the play, I think he'll be just fine.
What is it about Bill Belichick's defenses that kind of give not just guys like Zach, but other quarterbacks issues?
That's a great question. I mean, heck, I remember my first game as an offensive coordinator calling all the way back in 2013 was versus Bill Belichick. And he's amazing. We all know that. We know how great of a defensive coach he is, and how they've always been a consistently very good defense. And they have a way of being able to do a lot of the same stuff, but really make it look completely different. And I think that's the thing that sometimes cause the players when they're out there to have a little confusion or a couple questions. But they take your best players and they try to take them away. So they're always looking at how they can get certain people taken away, and then they change the front, the dynamics, when really in the essence they're just doing the same thing over and over again. So they do a great job with that illusion of complexity.
So without getting to the scheme specifically, just how do you not try to overthink things, especially when you're facing a defense like that?
Keep it simple. Keep it simple and let the guys go out there and execute.
What challenges does Matthew Judon present as a pass rusher?
One more time?
Matthew Judon, what kind of challenges does he present as a pass? A little different than Mike, obviously.
Yeah, he's different, but he is very talented. I mean, he's a guy, it's interesting because he drops and then he'll all of a sudden turn it on and pressure. So you have to always, account for him and they're just so disciplined up front. I mean, they're so well coached up front with all their stunts, their patterns. They understand the game. They've been in the same system for a long time. And I think that's what makes him even better, is that he's not only is he talented, but it's another defense we're going against that has been together for a while, and they understand the intricacies of everything in the rush lanes. And I think not only does he have that talent, like I said, but it's just he knows where to fit and he knows how things are turned. So we got to try to keep him guessing as much as we can.
Now that you and Zach have had a live game together, how can you prepare differently, or how are the conversations different?
2 games now, which is good. Yeah, they played the entire game versus the Bills. Yes, it's been great. I mean, I think that you always want to build that trust and make sure that he knows that I have his best interests at heart. And so every single thing that we do in all the meetings with Todd, myself, Tim, Rob, we're always trying to figure out how to be better for him and get him prepared so he has that can't stop me mentality. That's the only thing that matters in that room, that we know he knows exactly what's going to happen and where his progression is going to take him. So those are things that we just continually talk and get to know each other. I think only time makes that stronger.
What is your level with Garrett, both as a player and, I mean, we see him on the sideline now. He's only in his second year. He's talking to Zach. He's got his arm around Zach. What have you seen from Garrett that impresses you about him as a player and as maybe a leader?
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's a great person, first and foremost. I mean, he really is just, how he handles himself, how he works. What's funny is on game day, I mean, he's wild. I mean, he is one of the most intense guys I think I've ever been around, and I think that's the thing that you never learn that until you're in a game. And I appreciate, I think that from him, and that's why he's so good. Is, I mean, he wants the ball every play. He's going to win every play, and so I think that he's got that mentality, which gets people's standard higher. But at the same time, he knows that there's a lot more to this game than just being able to drop back and throw the ball to him every time. So, but I'll tell you, he's mature, and he's a guy that's maturing even more every day.
When you look at the offensive line, when does it become, it's a small sample size, it's early, to it gets to be a real concern?
Concern for? Just
in terms of, I think you're bottom 5 in pass protection rate, win rate.
Yeah, that's going to happen when you're in a kind of a 2-minute situation for most of the game. For us right now, it's about converting on third down. That's our main focus. We need to get more plays so we can be in our base plan and be able to run the ball, play pass, all those things. Because when you get into that 2-minute situation, especially last game skewed it, because like I said, we had the 13 kind of base plays. A couple of those were third downs, and we went into a 2-minute, which is a passing situation, and the defense knows that. So the stats can be misleading at times. excuse me, they can be misleading for some people as you look at them. So the number one most important thing is situational football. You got to be able to convert on third down, and you got to score in the red zone.
So where would you assess where the offensive line is? Obviously, the top five didn't really practice together a lot heading into the season. So what's your assessment of them right now?
I think it's not just them, it's everybody. I think especially this last game, I think everybody kind of took turns having a hiccup here and there, which added up to not a good performance. So I think for all of us, the line, the wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, myself included, all of us need to get better, and we need to be able to execute and convert on third down. I think that's the starting thing.
Nick, when Rich asked you about Zach's struggles with New England, 0-4 against them, you said, well, you weren't here for that, but he was here for that, so he has those memories or scars. Do you not address that elephant in the room because your offense is different and different things, or do you have to address that like, hey, we'll do better we'll do this differently than you did in those 4 games?
It's about us. It's about us and what we do as an offense, as a team, what Zach does for him. I mean, if you go back in the past too much, you want to learn from it, grow from it. But for us, we're talking about our past right now. I don't know exactly what was being told in the past, so we want to focus on the now and see how we're going to attack these guys now to be able to win a game.
Is Aaron involved at all? Like, I know he's not here, but is he in meetings? Is he watching on the screen, talking to you guys, talking to Zach, or right now is he just taking care of himself?
I mean, Aaron just got surgery, so I think that he's in that mindset of getting back right now, and we definitely talk with him. We definitely correspond with him. He's been absolutely phenomenal, and I'm excited to get him back. Thank you very much.